Hi, I'm Daniel, and I watched the Monkey King film on Netflix. It is a movie based on a legend in Chinese mythology as a trickster god. I also know the Lego show, which has a similar name, which I should watch more of because the animation looks superb. Anyway, I didn't know about this movie until December when I was researching for my 2023 animated films video. This piece of art release looked really cool. The colours and how cultural it looked seemed to be interesting. However, when the trailer released, I lost most of my interest. It looked generic and seemed to have more comedy for mainstream audiences who wouldn't have seen this movie. Netflix doesn't advertise films. 90% of originals go ignored on Netflix. I didn't have too much anticipation after that, but I still gave it a watch, so how is this movie? The opening scene is very interesting. There's a baby monkey with laser eyes. This one guy in heaven wants to destroy it, but the bullet comes in to say you shouldn't do that. That scene felt more creative than the rest of the movie combined. I will keep this spoiler free, but wanted to explain that in a weird way. Anyway, the story involves a monkey who was outcasted from the others, especially his older monkey who pushed rules. I'm all for movies which are about being an outsider and anti-system, but it feels a bit overboard this year when the moment the most blatantly and recently the TMNT movie which I didn't review, but it's quite decent at 7 out of 10. The outsider part is mostly forgotten after the first 20 minutes. When the monkey gets a magic staff and goes on a quest to defeat 100 demons to become immortal and join the gods. This story sounds good from a concept perspective, but gets weak when you look at it from a character perspective. It sets up Monkey for a hero's generic story, but also wants to be a cute story character who has an ego problem. For this to work, it needs to strike the right balance from the audience like the character, but see their flaws and want them to improve. This doesn't really manage the trope by being too unlikable and annoying with most of its goals. This has your time for the character arc part, as well as being a bully journey story. This becomes heavy set piece yet throughout the middle with different gods shown. They are kind of fun part, but it gets your repetitive and generic. The legend itself sounds very cool, same with all the lore in action. However, this movie tries to follow a mainstream animation formula in its structure. The comedic aspects are too much. I get the Monkey King character is supposed to be more wacky than other gods. The world around that character should have been more serious to contrast. I criticised the moment for me not finding it funny, but that kept the other comedy to the title character for it to fit the story. This movie adds some wacky villain sidekicks and some other forced comedic elements. The climax of this movie was better in approach and tries something that could have worked, but it doesn't quite feel satisfying to end the movie on. It is more just thrown on when it could have been a strong way to have an origin story. The elements of Yor are interesting, but I wish it avoided the Destroyer and made him a more likeable character. The action is great and has Yor's strong movement and lighting techniques. It should have been more action yet. The animation definitely switches quality depending on scenes. One moment looks great and others just shows that it's not built of animated films. The character designs don't look very good, especially Dragon King's design. They also don't look like they're in the same movie. The animation also looks a bit too stilted compared to how it should have been. There's a sequence that's 2D animated, looks amazing, and it made me realize that this needs more stylization to fit its story and vibes. The animation looks fine, but it could have been a lot better. This movie also has 2 or 3 songs that I liked. One is just a weaker Fierce Hero, but Take the World by Storm goes hard as a fantastic villain song. There's also a song about Peaches in the 2023 animated film. Now for the characters. I've already mentioned this, but Monkey King does get annoying. They could have handled his arc better and developed the buddy movie more. Yin is someone to balance him out, and she has a good story, but she's not as complex as the movie pretends she is. I don't fully buy their found friendship. They have things in common, but needed more rounding towards MK's more hateful actions. The Stick is a good character. I often enjoy characters that don't speak and express themselves in other ways, like this. The Dragon King is a weak villain who seems to be pathetic at points and doesn't even amount to the final boss. The Monkey King is a movie I enjoy parts of, but it has a lot of flaws holding it back. Once again, trying to aim to feel more mainstream made the animated film worse. In conclusion, The Monkey King gets a 7 out of 10 and I would recommend the recommendation. I think this movie is pretty good and deserves to be seen if you have Netflix. However, I'm not too upset about this going to be forgotten compared to some others. The movie is quite generic and a waste of what sounds like an interesting legend. On another note, I haven't uploaded in 3 weeks. I lost a bit of motivation to edit one video that's been on hold for months, but I hope to finish it soon and continue with more videos I want to make. But on my community tab, I have been reviewing the new Futurama episodes each Monday. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, consider pressing subscribe and watching more of my videos. The end.